That's his first basket. He's averaging 9 per game over his last 3.
Chief Comanche, the epitome of development. That's what college is all about. He has come and worked so hard, and the shoulders that he has expanded there. Oh, beautiful shot. This is the best I've seen Washington play this year.
Well, here's
Kobe,
Simmons.
let it fly.
Too strong in the 3.
Look at Simmons from New Zealand. The team on their way back from Australia this past August. They stopped in his homeland. Markelle down the lane. Best play I've ever seen him make.
Terrific. Leading by 2 at the break. Arizona's won 7 straight in the series.
I wish you would please settle it down. That's the 4th longest streak in conference going on right now. Arizona also has the 1st and the 3rd. Beautiful.
Fultz ties the game with a 3-ball.
And then throw the shoe at the ball. A defensive play that often results in a technical foul. But at least that'll stop the other team's offensive attack.
Fultz goes to the left hand and finishes after contact with Trier and no whistle.
Jordan's last loss as a collegiate coach was right here on this floor. February 22nd, 1975. Were you even born then? They lost that game by 22 points and then went on to win the championship down in San Diego.
What a finish by Fultz, Bob. His numbers, they tell you he's done all he can. Here's Markelle had not attempted a 3 in the game, and now Washington can take the lead.
Did you ever see Kareem play?
Of course.
Did you? Well, he carried a team.
Fultz, what a move to take the lead for the Huskies.
And this crowd so
Jackson Cartwright up top. 3, not there. Nice play by Johnson as he's falling down to hand it off.
Carlos Johnson, who's lost 30, he's a freshman. He lost 35 pounds this year alone.
Fultz 3, gets the shooter's bounce to get the Huskies within 4. What a
They're also are really they're not deep, Rich, so it's also important that they get an early lead because in the second half sometimes they run out of steam. They only play 7 guys, but the majority of their starters are going to be in this ballgame today.
Fultz, and he knocks one home.
The injury is to his right knee, and he's wearing white tights, but underneath there is a black knee brace on that right knee.
First turnover for Arizona State. And let's see if Washington can pay it off. Fultz open. Well, knee brace. Trying to snap this momentum. Evans misses a step back 3. Graham. And Fultz comes away with the ball. Fultz down the lane, and he finishes.
Kind of a broken play there. Fultz came over to try and block that shot. He got a piece of it, but not all of it, and there was no backside help for Washington.
It's Holder that draws the assignment against Fultz. And in a first half that saw Arizona State come out hot, go up 15, and has seen Washington come all the way back to tie it. Chris in the backcourt, along with Kingma. You got Fultz. Johnson, who's 6'3", a small team. Fultz got it.
That Bobby thought he would be.
And he had the red shirt last year off the transfer, 16 points, 4 assists. And he's a leading free throw shooter percentage-wise in the conference. Crisp is loose. Finds Fultz for a 3. Got it.
5 out spacing Cody Justice. He almost got a charge, and he's limping his right foot. He was holding it as he was going down the court.
Fultz, great body control with side.
They move it so well, JB. They make the extra pass, and that's what's different. And Lonzo Ball created that. Now, even if they're open, they're making one more to make it easier for his time. Lonzo Ball comes in. He's one of the best passers we've seen coming into the college game. Most guys would transfer. He didn't. He stayed. He accepted his role, and he is having a great season for UCLA coming off the bench as the first player.
Double figures in 6 straight league games. He's their second leading assist player. Fultz has seen 2 defenders everywhere. Rises for 3.
I can't remember a coach doing that recently. I think it's now you roll the dice. Hope he doesn't pick up that 3rd.
Another missed 3. 1 rebound to Thybulle. Fultz got it.
That's why I've said all year, how do you cover these guys in the half court? Because good defense tries to take something away. If you take something away from UCLA, somebody's going to be open on the other side.
Lonzo Ball wasn't in for that telestration. He did just hit, and second half threes for Lonzo Ball.
You know, when you watch this, JB, and I know we both watched both of those games, when you watch this free-flowing UCLA team getting offense from everybody, Fultz knocks down.
The only thing faster than Lonzo pushing it with the speed dribble is the way he flings it ahead. Markelle Fultz, it might be time.
Tonight before this game, we asked them to give us the politically correct answer. I would love to know what the real answer is.
Fultz with a free.
And as someone who's involved in working guys out, and say if it goes in, I'm not sure you need to fix it.
The tune of 4 made threes and 7 attempts tonight.
I mean, what's he shooting coming in from behind the line?
42%.
42. I mean, that'll work. From Lonzo Ball, he doesn't do a lot off the bounce. His is either catch and shoot or it's at the rim.
But that is what makes Fultz special.
12, the only player in the country, 20 points per game, 6 boards, and over 6 assists. You talk about stuff in the stat sheet for what could be the #1 pick in the draft later this summer. Fultz has done that and then some. But, Brad, you want to see him be more aggressive early.
Yeah, because he's so capable. He can score the basketball so easily. And when he does that, it takes so much pressure off of his team. And it makes the defense respect him. If they don't have to respect him, then they can guard everyone else. You do stuff like that. Yeah, Boatwright is the guy on this basketball team who, if he plays the minutes, he's going to be the guy that leads the team in scoring.
Fultz with a left hand.
That's beautiful. Got to stop.
SC hasn't scored over 4.5 minutes.
All those droughts we talk about they have, it's just really odd sometimes that they just don't knock down shots.
Fultz an open look.
Can't give him an open look, obviously.
McLaughlin double team. The bounce to Henderson. Stripped. Here comes Fultz.
Got to be strong with that basketball. Don't give it up that easy.
Outside, top of the key, on the way.
Well, you knew that was money. High expectations for USC this year with everyone being healthy. I thought they would really shock some people and be a basketball team that's a top 15 basketball team throughout the season.
Well, that potential's still there.
It is. Oh, no doubt about it. They get healthy. Boatwright gets back in the groove. You see some of what he can do right now.
You see what Fultz can do.
It's just one of those guys step up and get that great effort tonight. Aaron needs to do a little bit better job. Stewart can give them some big minutes. They're capable.
Skip pass to Fultz. Catch and shoot. Fultz, 15 points.
Well, it's after a couple of passes, which is to be expected because the defense had to move their feet. But awful easy.
Trojans 4 of 6 from three-point range in this second half.
Nice defense right there. Matthews just not allowing Green to go anywhere.
Brett, I like the point you just made, though. Washington has tended to fade more times than not at this point in the game. Fultz.
Allen. Markin. Good pass inside to Ristich, but it's tipped away nicely by Thibault, who can really play defense. Here is Fultz. Slowed up, stays with it. Layup up in good.
This kid is so
inside. Thibault works around, double team, gets it inside. Tough pass. And Attaway, follow slam. Dickerson, no. Loose ball. Who's going to come up with it? It's Washington. And Fultz, helter-skelter, down the lane, and he's got the layup.
How about that explosion?
Kansas lost. They beat Kentucky yesterday. Basically, if you've been in the top 10, if you're not Arizona and Gonzaga, you've lost this week.
Yeah. That's one of my two biggest takeaways is Markelle Fultz just too easily backs down.
8th turnover for Arizona. Fultz the other way off the spin. Tips his own miss home. Here come the Wildcats. Alkins for 3. That's no good. They just can't hit it all from outside. That has been a bugaboo for the Wildcats today. Fultz carefully driving, pulls up and drains it. So Lauri Markkanen's been relatively quiet today, but he wakes up with a putback, and it's Arizona by 3. Fultz hard charging, and the layup counts. Screen from Markkanen. Nope, Trier the fake. He'll let it go. No good. And the rebound by Fultz. Here come the Huskies. Crisp. Looks for the drive, gets it back to Fultz. He'll drive instead, and that is good. Athletic.
They're super small, but both are fearless. That's what they have in common. And David Crisp, although he has struggled today, he's a guy that all he needs is one basket to go in, and then he thinks he's on fire.
Johnson Swing it to Fultz. Uses the body and the glass. Pretty.
This off the bench. 109 three-pointers in his 70 career games, and a big basket to trim it to a 2-point game.
That was a big basket, but you don't want a steady diet of that. You want to establish something a little more concrete. But hey, Justice knocks that shot down. Maybe it'll make the defense loosen up, have to come out and respect guarding him.
And here, 6-0 run for Arizona State. Sun Devil lead is 5. Fultz, the triple, count it.
Well, guys involved to keep them interested on the defensive end as well. Reward them when they block shots and get those defensive rebounds.
Contested triple for Fultz.
Here right now, they'll put the ball in his hands and let him just make some stuff happen.
Huskies have made their last 4 field goal attempts after starting 4 for 15 here in the second half. Fultz attacking with the. You try to build around that, but you're really not sure perhaps what the best way is to do it when you only get him for 1 season.
That's exactly right. And then like this play right here, I want to see him shoot the basketball. And if I'm Coach Roma, you're going to have to stop him. And then once you focus on doing that, we've got the pieces and puzzles. We got Chris, we got Thibault, Dickerson, these guys that can step in, Johnson, and make plays because you're so heavy in defending it. That's what you need right there every time.
And Fultz 58 under 5 to play. Huskies need some stops. Graham off the mark. Fultz the rebound.
Yes. Every time. Yes.
And again attacking off the glass.
There you go. Oh, nice crossover.
Evans comes up just short. The rebound by Fultz.
Got deep on that.
And Markelle Fultz a rebound and an assist away from a triple-double. Gets the layups. Have won 9 of the last 10. That could change tonight. Thibault gets it back. Back to Fultz, lays it in. 22 for
Evans. Just throughout their lineup, they got good all-around play. Particularly well. I mean, this half, both have shot a little bit better, but
Fultz with another triple.
And as I said in our open, if they're going to get to the tournament, I would say they have to have this one here tonight.
All right, we're underway with David Hall, Glenn Mayberry, Tom Nally as the game officials.
Anytime Markelle Fultz is playing, you're going to tune in.
And Fultz takes it right in there.
I mean, that's just pro.
And that 1 3-point play. Instead, Washington gets nothing. Crisp on the push.
Getting back to your point about Utah and their offense, they're shooting 51% as a team. You don't see that this deep into the season very often.
And 53 in conference play. When things are supposed to get a little more grind to it. Fultz got a nice high screen, used it, and there. It should not catch anybody by surprise. I've seen that for 2 years. How strong he is to his left.
Not a good shot there. That might be the first time I've seen it. Look out.
Going right at the big cut. And vote today, hands down, to me. You agree.
PJC goes down. They keep winning. Trier's been out the whole season, and they're 7-0 in the conference. They got Trier back today in that big win against UCLA. He's done a great job. John Stockton had monster hands.
That's a good call. Yeah, I mean,
monster hands.
Big guys, I remember. Chris Webber's hand, I shook once, my God. But I mean, it's the guard position, like you said, the unexpected guys who have it.
John Stockton had abnormally big hands for a 6'1" guy.
Well, Fultz, there you go. Markelle. Their foul shooting is the one frustration here. Utah just 6 out of 13 at the line. Fultz.
Right decision.
Pull up and Fultz.
It's tough to win if you're watching him when you're giving up layups and fighting against that.
Dickerson.
All pressure in this one. Utah's played a lot of zone. Washington not really getting up into Utah either.
They gave Johnson a lot of space there. And Fultz knocks it down. Wait a minute. Okay.
Scratch the complimentary.
That's when, back in the old days, we used to call that the trifecta right there. You were having a nice dinner if you got that. Here's a 3 knocked down by Fultz. So you already have.
This is a perfect game, Ted, for Lorenzo Bonham. He can drive and score at will. That's his game.
So Daniels for Utah has a career high. Bonham has just matched his career high with 21.
Bonham's career high is 21.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
King for three. Throws up a brick, Thibault the rebound.
Nice job coming down in transition, getting settled. Colorado sprinting back defensively, stopping the basketball.
Here's Fultz from 14, silky smooth.
Boy, he loves to
Finish at the rack.
just turned his body into him and got him all the way down on the block and shot a little easy shot. Great switch on the perimeter, though. Good defense by the guards. Just gave up too much depth, let it get a little too deep. You got to be willing to double team in basketball to help get the basketball out of people's hands.
Fultz with 5.
No help. Transition opportunity. King can't keep a handle of it.
And you see in that sequence there the sloppy play on both sides. This has been an issue at times this year.
Wow.
And Buffs now 57% from distance. You see it right there, 4 for 7. That's been the difference in this game so far.
Zone here again for Colorado. We've seen this a few possessions. Trying to force Washington to shoot that jump shot.
And Fultz happy to oblige.
He liked taking that basketball and just throwing it right there. Miller was ready to catch the basketball right out of transition. Poor job by Washington getting back, getting hands into the passing lane. Really difficult if you can't stop a team in transition from coming down and just throwing it point blank to the post and let the guy turn around and shoot a layup.
Miller now with 4. Fultz baseline. Gets the bounce.
If there's any defensive pressure, that just can't do that. That could have been a foul call just as easily because you give him the opportunity to dribble the baseline and get all the way under the basket. Got to stop that basketball.
Splits the double team. Fultz the floater. 14 points.
What, the second time I too easy, man. That's just not paying attention. He dribbled.
Turnover.
Sloppy basketball right now by Colorado.
Johnson got caught in no man's land. And here's where Fultz is so dangerous. Attacking off the glass. Markelle Fultz. A lot of things happening on that play. 4th block of the night by Gordon.
He's played big down low.
Fultz.
Wow.
21.
Take at least a half step off of him. When they moved, the defender moved, he went to the basket.
Fultz leads all scorers with 22 points. Make it.
Don't turn the ball over.
White out of control, coughs it up.
Don't want to turn the ball over.
3-on-1. Fultz attacking.
Wow.
Tie ball game. And for the first. Fultz controls it.
I think you try to keep up the same pace that you just finished with. Keep putting pressure on Colorado. Attack. Just make it downhill basketball. And try to keep them back on their heels. Just like this, drive into that lane. That's a great move.
30 minutes to go.
Movement. Need movement. Need movement. Colorado goes to that zone. Got to get a little penetration around the free throw line for Washington. Get someone to step in there and become a passer. Just like that, Johnson steps in, throwing that basketball.
Here's Fultz.
We got awful deep.
Off the glass.
My goodness.
Got to do some other things. They've got to defend. They've got to play good team defense and really match Washington's hunger, because Washington's going to be a very hungry team coming in today.
And certainly they did play defensively well, held Washington State to 23 in the.
He went 19 for 22 against Kansas earlier in the year.
He was sub 50 last year. Fultz has been very active early in this game.
There's a chance to pull it down.
Cardline will check in at the next opportunity for Stanford. As will Reed Travis. 12 on the shot clock for Fultz. What are the Huskies doing here?
Does that remind you of somebody on UCLA? Well, I think Lorenzo Ropart pleading his case, but he's got to get his big guys back in the game.
It's been about 6 minutes going back to the first half since Washington's hit a field goal. Fultz a long 2 right through.
That's a tough shot. I thought Stanford had.
Stanford now playing without Reed Travis. Humphrey a 3. And Fultz the rebound. Washington tries to start chipping away at what was a 19-point deficit. Fultz again, feeling it now.
That's something they're going to have to continue to play against a very aggressive Washington team.
Attaway playing with 3 fouls. We have not seen Dickerson yet in this half. He has 3. Fultz another. At jumpers, he did uniform number down. Here's Fultz. Unstoppable.
But you can see Naaman double bonus.
So Marcus Allen wisely attacking. Has it knocked away. Fultz weaving his way to the rack. Markelle Fultz has 20. What a great team Mike Neighbors has up in Seattle. Kelsey, the only Pac-12 scorer. Of course, she surpassed Don McClain a few weeks ago.
Yes, they can talk about that in the studio.
Sheffield with 5 on the shot clock. Humphrey had it knocked away. Crowd thought he was fouled. Fultz spinning inside. Unbelievable.
Well, that's just something you don't see at this level very often.
Maybe we're seeing him now.
Absolutely, and good sign that they can respond without Reed Travis.
Fultz has 31 points.
That's a cool 30.
But he really responded. And it's easy to forget, as you pointed out, this is his first conference road trip.
No, I thought he responded in a big way. You know, just you see how easy it is for him. At least we say it's the
rebounds against UCLA.
Nobody is playing better basketball since conference play started than Ivan Rabb.
Fultz trying to take over, spins. It's through.
So Rooks doesn't want to shoot the mid-range, but he's definitely capable if you don't double-team him and allow him 2 dribbles to get to that left hand.
Fultz going up against Rooks off the glass from 3. How about that shot?
And Jabari Bird, he's mad. He wants to be on that list that I talked about, the most dangerous shooters in the Pac-12.
That's his 4th 3-pointer. Now 3 points shy of 1,000. Fultz finds some daylight, goes up against Rabb and kisses it off the glass of the rim.
Prairie View A&M. That's the only game that Trace Tinkle and Stevie Thompson have played together this year. That was the opener. Nice move by Fultz. What a finish. He should have. Fultz, almost like he was throwing it up to go and get it.
It's just one thing after another. He comes off a baseline screen, your best shooter, kind of gets his ankle caught in the floor and falls down, turns it over.
Have to keep an eye on him as he came back up the floor. Remember, Stevie Thompson Jr. missed 6 games with a left foot injury. Dickerson somehow out of traffic. Fultz happy to fire away, and this time right through it. Points for Markelle Fultz. Manuel's had some clean looks, unable to get that to go as well. And then Fultz just rips it away from Eubanks.
Watch this, he spins back, he goes behind his back. That's what he's so good at. That mid-range.
So at the time of that game was Oregon State. Lost to Oregon in the next meeting. And as we mentioned, they finished at 9-9. Oregon State finished at 9-9. USC finished at 9-9. USC and Oregon State went to the tournament. I think Washington felt like, wow. Stacey just into the game, has it stolen away by Chris. A fundamental for the throwdown.
Nice step through there by McLaughlin.
We wondered how Ja'Cory would handle this early on.
Wow.
Fultz.
And that is Lorenzo Romar. But this team, they'll make you tear your hair out.
Fultz with a 3, and there you see the skill off the dribble.
Over in Maui, Dana Altman benches them after they get pounded in the first game by Georgetown. Not a word of complaint. Not a word. Pritchard been in the starting lineup ever since.
Well, it looked like it turned out to be a good move. Haywood, please. By the way, Dylan Brooks on the bench with 3 fouls for Oregon inside 4 minutes to go. The Ducks on a 12-0 run.
Did you notice that beautiful skyline? Oklahoma City here, Seattle. Oh, what a great spot.
Here's Markelle Fultz on the drive, gets bumped, able to hit. There was contact.
Richard, good.
Missed the 3. Sorkin trying to bat it in. And the box out by Dominic Green. Washington trying to value the final 90 seconds with Dylan Brooks on the bench. Beautiful move, Fultz weaving through the lane. Hey.
Well, did you see the media guide for Oregon today? When it said that student athlete, former student athlete, donates $500 million.
Doesn't happen every day. Yeah, you don't see that every day in the game notes. Fultz with a beautiful shot.
Kevin Durant
Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, what a team. Steve Kerr, what a fantastic coach.
Well, that's a big-time play up there.
Tyler, growing up in Los Angeles, easy call to have Kobe Bryant be your favorite player. Now, though, it's LeBron James. Tyler Dorsey is treating this.
13-2. They've won an 11 in a row after a 2-2 start, but they always improve come March. Got a 3-point chance here for Fultz.
He's a tremendous coach.
Rox, you're talking with Coach Ernie Kent. He has a lot of confidence in him. There you see, no hesitation. Got the green light from 3. Nice shot.
He's shooting at 47% outside the arc to start his Wazoo career. Fultz the pull-up. He totaled 34 points for this season, his freshman year.
Come a long way as a senior.
Markelle Fultz to the hoop. And the rebound, Markelle Fultz for the Huskies. Fultz penetrates. And Markelle Fultz makes it
the load on the blocks. As you see, just 2 dribbles and a nice baby hook. He can do that all night. They may have to consider a double team or send in a second player, because if he gets it that deep, it's a wrap.
So skilled at 6'10", 230, the senior Hawkinson. His mom, Nancy, actually played here for Washington. Markelle Fultz, a 3. Game of conference play is the first appearance for Matthew Attaway, the transfer from Auburn for Washington, the junior from Ontario, Canada. Markelle Fultz moves in. And Fultz, despite the good defense. Fultz down the lane. And the floater from Markelle Fultz.
Fearful. The Cougars taking advantage of some lackadaisical ball handling from the Huskies. You've got to have the ball in the hands of Markelle Fultz towards the end of possession. And that's why, right
what
there.
Were you saying?
Yeah. Kent wants a makeup call for that one. It's a big possession here for the Huskies. Down 7. Momentum is shifted. Fultz has been the only thing to keep him going, and he keeps him afloat.
For the freshman.
Once again, Collison in the lane, little hesitation and spin. But the bigs for Washington State putting in a lot of work here in the second half. Back to that 2-3 zone.
Fultz off balance. Rebound, so 1 rebound away for the first triple-double in Washington history.
Not necessarily the best shot right there for the Cougars. Ike not known for his 3-point shooting.
Fultz gives Washington.
So tired, been out there laboring all afternoon. Can they get a couple of big plays out of him as well?
Hawkinson leads Washington State with 22. Fultz leads all scorers for the Huskies with 23.
12 seconds to go. Ball in the hand of Markelle Fultz.
5 to shoot. Fultz, well defended, tough 3. Fultz got it!
25 to 33s the goal. They'll shoot more if they're open looks. They don't want to force, but they're going to probe and investigate the long ball.
Fultz wants the long two. Got things up at 9. Lead for Cal Poly.
Good dribble penetration by the Mustangs. Again, drive, draw defenders, and kick it to the open man. Nico, the beneficiary.
Johnson gets baseline, hands off to Fultz with 10 to shoot. Tough pull-up triple, no problem for Markelle Fultz.
Off his middle 3 fingers, which gives it that backspin, the shooter's touch or roll that we so often see.
Fultz sends it in, gets it back from Timmons. Good execution.
Turnovers are deadly.
A season low 9 turnovers in the win over Western Michigan here the other night. Already 7, as you saw in this half. Washington going to try and get the last 2. Fultz flashing after setting the down screen. So they go early, and Fultz gets the easy.
Well, there's no deer in the headlights with this Cal Poly Mustang team.
Bible attacks. Drops it off. Fultz on the reverse.
Limit physicality, but on that particular play, that's just good basketball. A no call would do.
With you on that. Fultz operating from the elbow, goes to the left. Markelle Fultz now with 13. Wilder on rotation using the up fake. And Fultz the long rebound. 2-on-2 with Crisp. He drives central, takes the contact, and converts. From Johnson, he's hit from the elbow, now falling away.
When they're getting the ball in the paint, they're able to score easy baskets or set somebody up on the opposite side for an easy shot.
Fultz rocks into a long 2.
He needed that.
Now splits the double off the screen. Lost the handle and found it at the... Brandon Johnson with the finish. And it's back to a 1-point game. Fultz calling for it off the block. He's got Davis defending. And a look. 6th made 3 for Tucker Heyman. Fultz, look at that. Slicing down the lane. He gets it back from Dickerson. He uses his body to collect an open 3. He gives Seth Dugan a breather. Markelle Fultz will inbound. Great shake by Fultz. So he's been feeding Don.
Step up into his chest before the ball gets there and don't give him any chance at all to get the shot off.
Fultz turns the corner. That's goaltending on. That is a monumental break, sending the best free throw shooter Wilder to the line, and he misses both. Fultz washes it with the right eye. What a pass, and Don couldn't spike it. Fultz saves the possession. Now what, KO?
Use as much clock as you can. Force Western Michigan to either score a 3 in transition or after a timeout. Get the ball to Fultz. He's going to get fouled.
Must stop here for the Broncos. Keep in mind, double bonus on any whistle. Fultz goes to work. Creates the separation. And floats in what could be.
You see the mid-range. I said the open. He can really go. He's one of those guys that if you let him get off early, he's probably going to stay hot and really hurt you. They got to make sure they know where he's at all times.
All right, first opportunity for Fultz facing up. Jordan Caroline. So both teams come out shooting the ball well, and Caroline coming off that career high 23 points rather against Bradley, as we told you a moment ago.
But there you see it, guy. What I was saying right off the top. It's like it's just a simple catch and shoot.
And Oliver, we saw him in the paint on the last sequence for Nevada. Now he stretches it out.
Oliver's going to be a pro. I mean, he's going to get drafted. He's on draft board. So you're an NBA fan. And
Number 24, Caroline.
all right, so here's Fultz,
who accounts for It's about 46% of his team score here thus far, and Oregon looking to take down Alabama in Eugene. That's all coming up. The State Farm halftime report.
Washington trying to establish the inside. Nevada digging down.
And they keep rolling. Devaney DeRusso is checked in for Washington, dealing with some foul trouble with Thibault and Dickerson each with 3, and Fultz with.
You see what kind of team he has here in year 2. Eric Musselman's going to be moving up in jobs here, I think, before too long.
Fultz back into the game. That's his first field, and then he committed a foul and fell out of the game.
I'd say it would be hard for Washington to win this game without Fultz down the stretch, so he's got to be careful here.
Time. 9 on the shot clock for Fultz now.
See how he takes his time on that ball screen?
He's a great shot blocking presence, 3 blocks per game, but he gives up 80 pounds to Shimon Karnowski.
Oh, what a move by Fultz, going to the left side for the lay-in. 5% with Williams-Goss running the show. They've hit 6 straight shots.
And Beth, this was the first thing that Coach Romar mentioned to us at shoot-around today, was not letting the Zags get off to a great start against his young Husky team.
A good back end with that big body of his, comes up short.
So teams have done a couple different things against Karnowski in the last couple games. Iowa State in the finals of the Advocate Invitational as Markelle Fultz knocks down the mid-range jumper. Little to no talk on the defensive end of the floor. And part of that can be because it's a young team and maybe they don't have that leader, and especially if you lose a guy like Andrew Andrews who can be more of a vocal guy. But in an atmosphere like this, communication is of utmost use, or Nigel Williams-Goss, and let the three-pointers rain and get out in transition. So I think that's going to be the true test of how teams are going to play and defend the Zags this year. There's a nice drive by Fultz.
Nice move. Yeah, Gonzaga.
Carlos Johnson could be an impact guy a couple of years from now. Just kind of a tough, gritty guy, good defender, can really get to the rim.
That's a nice find right there by Williams-Goss to get it out to Perkins for another 3. They are 6 for 11 from downtown. Williams-Goss 4 assists to go along with his 4 boards, and Nelson looking to go back-to-back. Fultz. Nice find by Chris.
That really was a nice pass. Chris had 2 guys around, been dominant in that sense, but this is a very complete Gonzaga team.
Well, the second chance points really the only thing that Washington has been able to cash in on tonight. Fultz, crazy shot, and got it to go with contact. Fultz using the screen and knocking down the J for 3. Got down big early as the Zags shot 64% in the first half, and we're up 25 at the intermission. And the
didn't go the Frogs' way, but Jamie Dixon, we talked about it with him before the year. Back at it in, Williams in the lane to fall away short, didn't get his own rebound.
He wanted something a little closer range out of that set.
Out front, Fultz. Dominic Green. Around Sotilli.
Chris Washburn checks into the ball game now for TCU. Starting the second half of play, both the Huskies and the Horned Frogs start their original starting fives. Markelle Fultz. Jalen Fisher. Three-point goal by Markelle. Fouls on Damari Paris. First personal. 7th team foul. Markelle Fultz at the line shoots one. Fultz.
Long Beach again forcing Washington to beat them over the top. They're not allowing any angles on post touches, and they're not allowing dribble penetration because the defensive crowd are packing the lane.
Fultz calling for it off the elbow over Bibbins. There's the size mismatch I've seen for the visitors. Fultz quickly the other way, wrapped it around on the baseline. Gets it back from the wing. Second chance opportunity here for the Dogs. Nice use of the glass.
Their opinion, they're engaged. I'd rather have that than apathy. At least they care.
Fultz had to go get it on the lob pass. And once again, Fultz over the weekend against NAU racked up the assists. Let his teammates do the work.
This is the first time Markelle's seen a defense like Long Beach State has employed, where they're putting multiple players. Nice. Good judgments on display, that extra pass, and just enough daylight to knock down that three.
There, point second half. Washington already has a blemish, losing to Yale in the opener on their non-conference slate. Can't take a second one here as the freshman pulls
zone. And even Griffin, for that matter, and all three are in the game on the perimeter.
Well defended by the Huskies. Noah Dickerson gets the steal. Trailing the play, Fultz. He'll attack off the bounce. Tough leaner.
Boy, he faced.
He's had possession. LaRon Williams has fouled out. Players on both sides in trouble as we go into the back half of this second session. Steve Lavin, J.B. Long. Fultz from the free throw line. He hits.
Excellent Bibbins. And a good dump off for the finish.
We'll get a stoppage next whistle. Thibault and the Dogs looking to build on a 78-72 lead. Fultz, bam!
Poked away from behind by Matisse Thibault. Chris DeMarco jams it home.
That's the only resemblance with Steph Curry.
He's going to try to prove you wrong when they get a big sky play. So Malik Dom handing it off to Thibault. 10 on the timer. Fultz putting it up. Attaway. There's your bucket. That's Corey Brown for NAU.
He went right at dime. I like that for them. That's a good sign. Shows they're not afraid.
He's playing in just his second game. Here's Fultz.
He's turned into a really good pro also, but not only was he a good passer, he was a willing passer. He wanted to make his teammates better.
Markelle.
It's got to be something other than an injury.
It's not academics because Chase Comanche was out with academic issues, and they told us that. And Dylan Brooks hopes to be back soon from that foot injury, and that's going to make that Oregon team a juggernaut.
They're going to Their biggest problem is finding enough minutes for everybody.
What do you do to get things turned around and try to build something for your next game?
Well, I would use all my timeouts. I wouldn't, there's no use saving a timeout for the end of the game.
Under 10 to shoot. Baseline jumper from Reynolds off the mark. And stays in bounds. Controlled by the Huskies and Sam Timmons making his Huskies debut. Fultz right away with the ball. Penetrating, hanging, finishing.
There's a good start.
It's both.
It's a 20-point lead for Yale. Can you believe that?
No. This is a Yale team, as we mentioned, making the tournament last year. The upset win over Baylor, but missing some firepower because of either injury or graduation.
And they are staying in the zone.
Fultz weaving, reverse hand off the glass. On move. He's got 11 in the first half.
These big guys do not play above the rim necessarily. Boy, are they clever.
Fultz tucking like a running back, finishing as well. Now 3 fouls for Austin Williams. Fultz curling it in. Chin fake, and he buries it. Dahlia penetrating, gets it knocked away. Dime, outlet pass to Fultz. Watch out! 8-digit mark.
Needed some backside help, some backside fill. Defender came over to help on the drive, but nobody stepped down and helped the helper. Got to help your teammates out. It's got to be team defense.
Fultz launching from the corner, burying it. That's what he's out with 6 to shoot. He'll heave up a 3 on his own. Timmons pulls it down. Fultz across midcourt. Fultz on the wing, hits it down. 1-2 here instead of a block of steel. Fultz off balance, off glass. Although 2 years ago, tying with Harvard, needing a play-in game to get the outright bid of the tournament. Fultz with under a minute.
It's too jammed up. You got to give him room to operate. Now you can't just part the game, allowing them to get into some pressure, but they need some turnovers.
Fultz with 27 now.
I would have expected.
Does not faze these players as much as you might think because they are expecting it and they can handle it.
Well, they're capable. That's why they went there, and that's how they got in.
Fultz long distance straight away.